Morning, guys. I'm just trying to show us how to do the installation and then give us a little bit of the overview or give us a little bit of Python overview or Spider overview. So Anaconda is actually the IDE I like the best. There's a lot of them. There's PyCharm, there's Python itself. So there's a lot of IDEs. There's VS Code. There's a whole lot of IDEs you can use depending on what you like or what you feel. They're all the same language. Python is the same language. Whether you use IDE is just like a place where you actually show your coding. So it doesn't matter whether you use PyCharm or you use VS Code or you use whichever Python IDE you want to use is fine. But for me, I'm more comfortable with Spider. So for Spider, it's called the company is called Anaconda. This is where we get it from. So if you're installing this, the first thing you need to do is go to distribute installer. Like this, go to distribute installers. If you're using a Windows phone, if you're using a Windows laptop, sorry, then you click on Windows. If you're using a MacBook, you click on MacBook. If you're using a Linux, I'm not sure anybody uses Linux anymore too, but we can't tell. We might see some 1970 something people here. So for me, I use so like obviously I use a Windows laptop. So when you click on that, it will download. You could see my downloads coming out here. You can see my downloads here. So download it. It's downloading. And so I have this particular software. So I'm not going to wait for this because I want this video to be short. So I just go straight to the download here. And then I have it here downloaded. I just click on download on the software. Sorry, I click on the software, the application here. It brings up the installer. Now this is the installer. You could see the installer here now. So the installer, just click on run. That's all. Very simple. Once you click on run, it's going to do whatever it does from backend or whatever it does from the server side and begins to set it up. So it's setting up once it verifies the installer and then it's going to get to 100% and bring it up basically. So you click on next. I agree. Now this is where it becomes tricky. It asks you if you want to install for you or you want to install for other users. Yeah, you know, it's just one laptop, so just do you. Now, because I have an Anaconda on the system, it's going to reject it because I already have an Anaconda 3. So what I'll do is I'll just change it to 4 or 5. It's going to accept it. So if I do 5, it goes. Then now it will ask you to create a shortcut. You tick this. Then please don't forget to tick on the second shortcut. It's asking you to add an Anaconda to your path environment. Now, what it does is for you to be able to use it, something I would as we go, I'll teach you something. There's something called Conda, there's something called Conda, there's something called PIP. Now, if you be able to use it, you need both of these things to install and depart on your system. So that's why we're doing that. So you just click that and then install. So I'm installing Anaconda again. It's just extracting the files. So as it does that, you go to nest, 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 and then it finishes. You've done the major work now. It's just nest, 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 and you finish. So when you're done, Anaconda would load by itself. It takes time. So I'm going to cancel this because, okay, I'm going to leave it because I have an Anaconda on the system before. So I'll just go to Anaconda. You're going to see something like, after it's installed, you see something like Anaconda Navigator. Now, Anaconda Navigator is where you get Spider. So Anaconda is a company, but you have to do all this installation before you can get to where you can install Spider on your laptop. So all this process is because you need it. And if you look at me, when I went to my system to search, there are two things you would see when I click on Anaconda. You would see an Anaconda Navigator, and you also see Anaconda prompts. Now, these two things are very important for anybody who wants to do coding. Now, for this prompt is used to do installation of libraries. There's something called libraries in programming. Now, your libraries are some of those libraries that you need. They are libraries, they are like tools that you need to tell or things that you need to tell your system for your code to work properly. For example, if you want to plot a graph and then you want Python to be able to understand that you're plotting a graph using a particular data. Now, you need to tell it to install certain libraries. If you don't give it that instruction, it will not be able, you will keep coming back with an error message. I would let us know, I just wanted us to understand what we use the prompt for is for us to install the libraries, while the navigator is where you need to install Spider itself. You can see this cycle on my screen. That is the Spider. I'm going to make this video very short so that I don't bore you guys. And that's the spider itself. That's the anaconda coming up. That's the navigator coming up. It takes time sometimes. I don't know why it's slow. Maybe because the system takes, maybe because their system, maybe because a lot of people use it, but it's slow. It's coming up. So as soon as it comes up now, I'll just quickly show a spider so that we can be able to, so we can try it out, install spider. Once you're done installing it, then I'll just show us a bit of what Spider itself look like then. That will be all for now. And I would encourage us to just, try and install it on your laptops. Try and just install it. If you have challenges, you could just send me a message. We could do it one-on-one. I don't have a problem. I have time. I have a lot of time on my hand, especially, I work from home sometimes, so it's not too difficult for me to show you one or two things if you have challenge with it. Sorry, Anaconda is delaying us. So basically, Python is like the universal programming language everybody uses now because it is easy to understand. There's something we call scalability. It is easy to understand. It is easy to manipulate. So there's a whole lot of things that you can do with Spider and it will not stress you. If you use some other programming languages, you have to do a lot. You can use it. You can use Spider. You can use Python to build softwares. You can use Python to do data analysis. You can use Python as a business analyst. You can use Python for Python does basically everything. You can use Python to query your database. You can use Python to build your servers. Just, so easy. You can use Python on everything. Python does everything right now. Python is like the final say when it comes to analysis or programming. So it's taking time, but I have shared a picture. I think I still have that screenshot. Let me just look for this. Okay, so I think I don't know, it's slow. So I just bring out the screenshot. I have a screenshot somewhere. And the good thing about programming is your mind will work wonders when you understand how to use this thing. Like there's something I'm working on, and I'm trying to build a software that could pick, understand letters to get images. Now, for example, if you write, let me use elections, for example, if you write PDP somewhere and you're trying to let the software understand that PDP, you can use that letter to get the image of PDP, it will understand. It's called hallucination software. So, I'm just trying to let us understand what the mind will do when we start understanding, when we begin to understand and use this programming software. So now this is what I'm actually opening. You would see something like this is a screenshot, but you will see something like this. And then you just need to scroll down and look for this particular one I'm hovering over with the red lines, which is Spider. Click on it, you would see install, just like this one is saying launch, you're going to see install. Just click on install. After it's done installing, you're going to see something like this come up on your screen. Now, this is what it looks like when you do your softwares. This is what Python looks like. This is what Python looks like. This is what Spider looks like rather. So for this particular one, so I'm just going to give us an overview, then I'll let you go. Now, if you're starting a new program, for example, after you've launched Spider and then you want to start writing your code, this is what we call a new file. That is where you call it we call it Python scripts. It's like a script, untitled script where you write your codes here. You can write your codes here. You have files where you can open new files. You can open pre-existing codes that you've written in the past. This is my codes that I've written in the past that I saved on my system here. Those are pre-existing files, softwares. Then you could save just like normal saving on your system. You can even print out your codes if you want to restart your system, your Spider or a Spider because it's slow if you want to quit. Then basically, I don't really do much with all these things. This is one very important tab that you need to know how to use you need to know how to use the run. So for run, you're running the whole codes. For run a cell, you're running the whole cells. And then for run and advance, it means you're running a cell and advancing to the next cell. Now, what I mean by cell is This line is called the cell. The second line, number 2, is called the cell. Number 3 is called the cell. So when you do run and advance, it tells it that run and advance from 3 to 4. Now, run selection or this. If I want to do run selection, then it means that I have to select like this, highlight, and then come down to run and click on run and select. Now, I'll just show us a very small example. So if I say A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 5, and I want it to print A plus B. So print is giving me an error message because it's in capital letters. So if you remove the capital letter, it gives you the answer. So if I want this to just run, I'll just click on this and click on run. You see, it will run the whole code and give me an answer here. If you look at your value explorer, it tells you 7. It gives you 7. I don't know, I'm coming. I need to clear this so we can understand what I'm doing. Okay, so I don't know, this guy will not leave. This circle will not leave until I'm done doing whatever I want to do. It takes time like that. I don't know why it takes forever to load Anaconda, but really there's a problem with them. I don't know. So I'm just trying to show us what it does. If you click on run, it runs all the code and just give you an answer. If you look at this value explorer here, you would see that this answer gave us 7 down here. But if you want to run this particular line alone, all you need to do is click on run and run selection. It's going to tell you A equal to 2. If you run this line like this, it's going to tell you B equal to 5. And then if you run this, it's going to tell you A plus B is 7. So it means that for each of those lines, you could give it instructions to run. That's basically what I use most times. Now, for Value Explorer, your Value Explorer is where it shows you whatever you're doing on the IDE, which is it shows you if you click on something, it loads it. You can easily tell your data from here. That's your Value Explorer. Now, your plots is where you see you view your plots. Your different plots. If you're plotting, if you're doing something, you need to plot something. This is where you see it. This is my previous work. It has nothing to do with. Then this is your debugger. If you're having whatever you're doing, if you're getting errors, you're getting a lot of things. You can know what the errors are from your debugger. You understand? Don't worry. I'm just telling us what it does. Now this place is called our console. That's the one down here. It's called the console. I'm trying to clean off that one so I can bring in a new one. It's called the console. Now, for your console, I wish this, okay, the cycle is gone. Thank God. Now, this is called the console. The one down here is called a console. The console is where you see the output of your code. Now, this is your script where you write your code. This is your Value Explorer where you see whatever you're storing on this on Spider, and then your console is where you view the output. I'm going to show you what I'm saying now. If you do this and click on run and select, it comes and say A equal to 2. If you do this and run on, it tells you B is equal to 5. If you look at your Value Explorer, it has saved 2 up here. Just let me highlight it. 2 and 5. Now, if you come to give it instruction to print your answers, print is just saying, give me answer. That's a simple thing. That's how simple it is. It's going to tell you 7. So I hope we understand. We will do more, but I think we should just stop here so we don't bore ourselves too much. Thank you, guys. Thank you.